dude, you're so busy. It's great, dude. I love seeing the proactive like process that you go through. Your music and not only that, but TikTok.
Oh, literally, I just constantly live on my phone trying to update everything. I guess it's probably like ADHD for social media. Do you know what I mean?
I feel that. Yeah.
But you got to do 1,000 things at once.
Yeah. TikTok's perfect for that, and you're glued to your phone because I'm sure you edit all those TikTok videos on your phone as well, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah. It takes me ages, so. But once you're in the zone, it's all good. I'll just like record. I'll literally have a day of recording like 50 TikToks, and I'm like, great, I don't have to do my makeup again for 2 weeks. I'll just just upload them.
But also congratulations on the recent single you just dropped last night, 3, 2, 1.
Thank you.
Dude, you're just constantly dropping bombers. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. Like I'm so lucky, as in I've got my rehearsal studio at home, and then my guitarist, Pete, is also my producer. So thanks to technology, I can just send tracks back and forth. So we got loads of demos. So I just instead of kind of holding them all back, I'm just like, just release them. Do you know what I mean? We're in a pandemic. Everyone's kind of just not being able to go to gigs. So at least I can release music. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Isn't it crazy how the industry evolved so quickly with now it being more so singles and EPs than usually a full-length album?
Yeah, totally. I still haven't released an album yet. I want to, for sure, when the time's right, when I can tour. But it's so weird now, like bands I know who have just, put out albums, they just say it's just pointless. Like, you get as much hype with a single, really. You may as well, like, people just say you may as well release 12 singles instead of an album, or then maybe just put that out as an album. Well, I don't know. There's something different, like having a proper album to listen to. I still love that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You just can't tour on it either. That's the other problem. So I think singles are definitely more of a logical reason for putting those out there, I guess.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, because it wouldn't make sense because you release a full album. It's like, now that I've dissected this whole thing, what's coming next from them,
Yeah.
Like
100%.
Live show. Have you done the full streaming yet on social media such?
No, not yet. No. So my drummer lives in Brighton, so he's kind of the bottom of England. I'm kind of northwest, so we all kind of have a hard time trying to rehearse. So we haven't done a live stream gig just yet, but we do have our first gig back in less than 2 months.
Yes, let's go.
Very excited for that. So stoked. Oh my gosh.
Where's it at?
It's in Wales this time, so quite rare. I never really play over there, but it's like an hour and a half away from my house. But no, I'm so stoked. It's gonna be sick. We did a rehearsal about two weeks ago, and I got the same. When you just get a bit nervous before going on stage and all, I literally got the same vibes just from that rehearsal. I was like, cannot wait.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it's probably been over a year since anybody's played a show, and it seems like a lot of the touring musicians like yourself and a lot of people we've talked to, they're setting themselves up for fall tours, which I think it's fair to say because of the equal opportunity to get the vaccine. So that's great.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, not a lot of bands are booking gigs right now because of not everyone really has a vaccine. But yeah. I just can't wait for it to be back to normal again. And it's mad because we did our last gig. My last gig, it was a headline gig, luckily enough. It was March the 1st, and then the UK just shut down. I think it was like 2 weeks later.
Oh, no. God.
So we were so lucky, because anything after that, we just got cancelled. But it's so mad because I like to meet all the fans after the gigs and all. I literally just hang out the venue, and when the whole world basically shut down and you weren't allowed to see anyone, I was like, what, 2 weeks ago, I was hugging like hundreds of people outside, like everyone's in a really small area. And it was just so weird to think that, you actually got in contact with other humans even 2 weeks back. But yes, that'll be a strange one.
No, for sure. You don't even know. You could have had COVID. I mean, there were people that had COVID before it even was known to the public. So.
Oh, totally. Yeah. My sister had COVID. And she literally had no symptoms. She just couldn't really smell, and that was it. So that is the scary thing you don't think about when so many people have COVID but don't realize. So you could just be walking around with it. That's a scary thing.
Yeah, it's terrifying. So we just basically Zach and I have been doing the podcast literally from home. So we're gonna eventually take it out in person. We have ideas, but we're gonna get vaccinated first.
Epic.
I'm the last person to get vaccinated, so I just need one more. I'm halfway there, baby. Halfway there. It's wild, but yeah, it makes me so fatigued. So it was just very bizarre that that I'm not having too much of a crazy side effect, but I have a feeling the second dose is probably gonna give me something to work for. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It did for me. So get ready for it. It's a great time.
Oh,
you get to
thanks.
enjoy just being in the house all day. It feels like you're about to have the flu, but as long as you get the opportunity to get it, it's all that matters. So
as long as I don't get any other human beings sick, like that's basically the whole idea of it. Like it's not about me, it's about other people. I'll just try to be humane about it. But yeah, so with the recent single, dude, like correlating with your advocacy for mental health, like do you put that a lot into your songs that you usually put out? Like
Yeah, totally. So I'm an ambassador for Buddy Project. So that's a non-profit mental health awareness organization in Philadelphia, actually.
yeah, so that's
yeah.
us. Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome. So I've done, like, there's just been loads of releases where I've kind of, all the proceeds have gone to Buddy Project, and I have songs called Not Too Late to Be Okay. It's kind of like a fan favorite. So that's always nice, having a song with, like it's a kind of a positive mental health awareness, message in the song. It's cool that that's kind of a fan favorite. But yeah, no, totally. Like, I'm always there for my fans and all that. I love them so much. So I'm always in like DMs with them, like chatting about mental health and all that. So yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, because when I watch the YouTube videos of you guys playing live in these very intimate, like, venues and such, like, you're in their face.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure you love that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's better than being on like the big stage where like you can't really. Well, I guess you can go down and go over the barriers, but like, in those things you could just crowd surf and have a good time with it.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I always have I have big Doc Martens. I always accidentally kick someone in the face, but I give them a free T-shirt in return.
Yeah.
But no, it is different.
That's
Like,
worth it.
yeah, it's different. I guess because I've supported, Little Mix. Are they big in the US?
Who?
Little Mix. Oh my
I've
God,
never
are they
heard of
not
them,
big
I
in
don't
the
think.
US?
So maybe
No
not.
way.
Yeah.
So they are the biggest. They're like the UK version of Fifth Harmony. They're like the biggest girl group.
Okay.
They toured with Ariana Grande, like, in America and stuff,
Oh,
but they're
hell
massive
yeah.
in the UK. Yeah. And I supported them. It was their stadium tour, so it was like my first ever stadium show, and I literally looked out to the crowd, and it is so true. When people say the crowd, it's literally like a bunch of ants. I was like,
Really?
it's so different. But yeah, and then going back to more intimate shows, like 250 cap venues, you just can't beat it. Do you know what I mean?
That's wild.
Right.
Are they more on the pop side?
Oh yeah, they're very pop.
Okay.
Which was crazy. So the promoter literally just got in touch and was like, "Well, we love your music." So having a kind of a pop punk act supporting a really, girl power pop group was a bit random, but yeah, I guess it worked. But yeah, so I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'm looking at them right now. Like, they kind of remind me of like a Destiny's Child or I don't know, like a sick girl
Oh,
group.
they've got some bangers. So good.
No, I'll definitely have to check them out. Yeah, because you're definitely like a pop rock, pop punk, all genre musician in itself. So we've had this conversation before, but it seems like these genres are very becoming irrelevant. They're a lot of these genres are just how would I say it? They're like fusing into one another because it's just becoming like one giant sound. Like, you can't really have subgenres anymore. You kind of just like give it itself a genre, whatever the artist identifies it as, and then that's what it's considered. Because the bands that I have on the playlist that I make, it's like you have your throwback pop punk sound, and then you have some people that are also getting more either electronic or experimental or on the popular side of things. So
Oh, totally, yeah. And you look at like Travis Barker, what he's doing with all these acts like Jaden and Modson, and
True.
he's getting rappers. So, and all their fans would have never really heard of pop punk,
Mm-hmm.
And he's drumming on it, infusing kind of pop punk and rap together. So there's now a new wave of pop punk fans. So I guess the genre is kind of different. and like the other, pop rock, alt, that kind of, it is kind of fusing into one, which I think it's great. It's always hard because when you get like pop punk is such a throwback kind of genre and stuff.
It really is, though.
Yeah, I think it's good for genres to evolve and for it not to die. So
yeah, seriously. Because of the fact of like Travis Barker doing that, it reminds me of Young Money when Lil Wayne brought up Drake and Nicki Minaj and all that stuff, and it was just a collective group of prominent artists, and he's doing the same thing like that, and it's just making the genre more popular than it's ever been, which I think is fantastic. Like MGK's song, like Tickets to My Downfall, dude, it's a pretty good album. Like,
oh yeah, I love it.
He knew exactly what he was doing, and he's been hanging out with Kellen Quinn for how long? Like I was like kind of waiting for it to happen. To get into
I love that song. It's a banger. Yeah, because I think was it on Warped Tour years ago? Machine Gun Kelly did he come on stage with Steve Sirens?
Yeah, because he featured on a song. I think it was Stay. I'm probably mistaken, but
yeah, and then they released. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, and then that's gonna get Steve Sirens a load more fans, and vice versa. Like more Steve Sirens will probably get into Machine Gun Kelly, and
it's just exposure to different people. It's like genius. It seems so stupidly easy that like obviously you would do it, but
Yeah, no, it's I love it. It's such a good plan.
Yeah, it was the song alone. It wasn't Stay.
Right.
Unbelievable. Get your stuff straight. Come on, dude.
I know, that's why I got dual screens right now. I'm fucking doing Googling while I'm having a conversation. I'm starting to get a little bit better at multitasking. You know why? I think it's because of TikTok. I think that's the only reason why.
Directly attributed to TikTok.
It's a lot. How do you come up with those ideas on your TikTok, Bronnie? Because like you're constantly posting like very, very you're very specific videos. So it's like if you're a fan of this, then you love my music, which is great. And then you also do stuff where it's like the one that went viral recently was I think it was Your Real Sound. I think some like little kid was quoting a pop punk song.
Oh yeah! Oh my gosh! So I saw this this woman. She because that's her sound. Okay. And I saw like loads of people were reacting to it and doing their own video, and I was like, oh my gosh, this has to be my future kid. So yeah, the caption was like, if this isn't my future kids, I swear to God. But yeah, no, that blew up, which is mad. It's just it's just so weird, TikTok. Like I just upload videos for fun. I do. I mean, a lot of I'll get bands like or like artists like Machine Gun Kelly, and I'll be like, right guys, what's your favorite Machine Gun Kelly song? And from that, I get loads of kind of new fans because they go, oh, I didn't realize you're an artist. So that's great. I get to speak to like loads of new people, get them into my music. But then on the side, I just do fun ones. And it's always the fun ones that blow up. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's never like to do with my music. But I guess that's just, it's, what's ever going to be popular, like funny videos, really, TikTok. Those are the ones that kind of go viral anyway. So, but no, I just have fun. I don't overthink it as well.
No, you can't, because if you overthink it, then you're just going to be making the same video for like 2 days. You know what I mean? It's crazy because like I'll make these compilation videos, and we're in the same niche and such. So basically, like I'll showcase, let's say like Hot Milk, Action Adventure, and like a plethora of other really good pop-up bands, and it'll get like maybe 3,000 likes, 4,000 likes.
Yeah.
Then, I'll keep rotating it again. Like maybe like 3 weeks later, I'll do the same artist but a different genre. But it's crazy that when you post about it, it looks like it's like a bunch of other people that they've never seen your profile before. It's very bizarre. Like if the numbers are the same, they're not the same people. So it's very interesting how the whole app works. It's very bizarre.
Yeah.
It's great. Like it's so weird. Most of my listeners and people who interact with me are from TikTok now, and it's like, what? It's so bad because I started it in January. I've always had it, and like when you do the odd video for fun.
Me too.
But I kind of stuck at it from January. So yeah, which is mad. Yeah, I had it way back when it was Musically.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's amazing that it started as a completely different thing. Like I remember back before the pandemic happened, everybody was on it just like checking it out, and they were like, dude, you gotta download TikTok, it's so funny. But I don't know why it took me so long to get on the bandwagon. Then George obviously had this idea, and he's like, why don't we try and like congregate a community together? and just bring people in, and maybe they'll hear something new. And like people take to it, obviously. I mean, it works really
Yeah.
well. And it's just so interesting how something like with just snippets of songs can just introduce people to so many different things that they never heard of.
Oh, totally. And you've got, obviously the younger generation of TikTok, hearing all these songs. Like I did a compilation. What was it? Oh no, I did a this or that, like this Paramore song or that Paramore song, and loads of people were like, "Whoa, I've never heard of these songs," but like I'm only 15, but I'm so gonna get into Paramore, and I'm like, it's just so mad that obviously because if you're 14 or 15 now, you're not really gonna be into like old school Fall Out Boy, old school Panic, without like your parents or an older sibling getting involved, like trying to get you into it. So it's great how TikTok people are getting like a new generation of kids, teens, and all that to get into good tunes. So it's always fun.
There was one comment that stuck out to me, and they were like, "I just became an emo fan. I'm like 22. I hope that's okay. Like, can you make an introduction playlist?" I was like, "Absolutely." So I just did a classic emo playlist. I was like, "There you
Let
go,
me
dude."
take you
Like,
to school, son. I got you.
yeah.
Isn't it the best?
I love that.
Like,
Emo
I
101.
have fans that are like, yeah, totally, and they're like, oh my god, can you make me a Spotify playlist? So I'm just like, I'll just whack it out, show it to everyone, literally. Just it's so fun. Like making every little mixtape, like.
Dude, you actually your range in vocals kind of reminds me of I forget his name, but the frontman for Yellowcard, because I just see the comparison, the style, yeah.
At Slam Dunk Festival, I think it was 2 years ago, the lead singer from Yellowcard did a stripped back acoustic session in a tent.
Yeah, Ron Key, that's his name.
OG songs. I was like, oh, so good.
Shit.
No, I could definitely compare your vocals to him when I hear the original music, because the acoustics that you release are just, I'm so addicted to your acoustic music as much as your
thank you so much.
as your full band.
Oh, dude, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Songs.
Yeah, I love acoustic versions. Like my favorite all-time low album is Not So Wrong. It's Don't Panic, It's Longer Now.
Yeah.
Because they've got the extra acoustic songs like oh my god, there's loads of songs here. Like is it Somewhere in Neverland, Baltimore? I like forgetting like the song titles.
So, yeah. I'm really bad at song titles.
Yeah, but and I just fell in love with their acoustic songs. And State Champs, when they released is it The Finer Things? But then they released the Acoustic Things album. It was just the whole album but acoustic. I just thought it was great. So I was like, it's quite an easy release really, because you're not giving out a brand new song. It's literally just,
it just has new life to it, though.
It's a really nice stripped down version. Yeah, Conquer Divide did that with Chemicals, which I didn't expect that, but I was really like, a metalcore post-hardcore band, having like a really, really gritty, in-your-face breakdown song, and then you break it down to acoustic. They tackled it perfectly, but acoustic is definitely something intimate that I just really appreciate more. Like, have you ever listened to Forever Yours by Grayscale?
Oh, yes!
Oh, that is literally my number one acoustic song right now. It's incredible. And I think it's like four chords, dude. Like, it's nothing like...
That's like every Bronnie song. G, C, E minor, D. That's just like whack a capo on it. Like a little key change.
There is something about, like, I love hearing bands that can be really heavy in your face, though, and then be able to break it down to be something really simple. I think that just shows, like, a lot of musicianship in general, at a minimum, to be able to, like, consolidate it in a box like that. Oh, it's my favorite stuff.
Oh, yeah, it's great. And I think that for me, the best songs, if you could release a song that's literally a vocal and an acoustic guitar, and it's laid back and it's catchy enough or whatever, and people can sing along to it, I think that's a really good song. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think there was an interview with it was Good Charlotte, and they said, like, for us, if we play a song to someone and it's literally just our voices with an acoustic guitar and they love it, then we're gonna go for it and release it properly. So yeah, when I hear like bands do acoustic versions, I'm like, yay, it's great. I'd love to do a gig where it's kind of like have a daytime gig and it's all acoustic, and then a nighttime gig of the same set but proper full-on band. I think that would be
like that.
So much fun.
Especially since it's been a long time, you might not be too afraid to do it two times in one day either.
Totally, yeah.
the sun setting. It's just, you know,
That
the
would be a
atmosphere would be
really
nice.
cool idea. Almost like a cocktail hour to the big event.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, no, that
Like,
makes
yeah.
sense.
You're your own warm-up act.
Yeah.
How much have you toured in the U.S.? Like, have you gone throughout the entire country, or?
I've toured. I toured with my friends at Summer High. So we did. It was kind of East Coast, like New York. I played a headline show in the Fire in Philadelphia.
Oh,
I know where
cool.
that is. Yeah, dude,
Cool venue,
we're like
yeah.
3 degrees away from each other, except across the pond. You know what I mean? It's wild.
That's so cool. Yeah, I love Philly. So
Me
so
too,
yeah,
don't
I played a few gigs there. And yeah, it's really just been kind of East Side. Really, I haven't done a full US tour.
Mm-hmm.
One day.
The
like,
reason why I
obviously.
asked is because there's a venue called Red Rocks in Colorado, and
Oh my god, it's my dream
yeah,
venue.
I think like the waiting list is like 4 years or something.
No way.
It's a lot. I'm probably exaggerating, but I just know it's a long time. It's hard to get in on that gig.
Yeah,
No.
I have friends and family who live like all over the US. So I've been to Red Rocks. I haven't been to a gig there, but no, our family friends live in a place called Evergreen, and it's literally God like 5 minutes away from Red Rocks.
Okay.
Oh,
And yeah,
nice.
they showed us, and I was like, oh my god, all the steps. You would not want to sit right at the very bottom on the front row because like getting all the way back up.
Oh, that's so
Big
true.
mission.
It's like going to a basketball game in one of those stadiums at Wells Fargo or something. It's just very steep steps, like one trip, and
Yeah.
you're going to be rolling. Like it's
Oh,
not-
totally. Yeah, I'd be there on like the back row, just like sat there with my binoculars, like, yeah, I'm okay, I'm okay.
Yeah, I asked that because like your idea of doing like, you know, the 2 sets, like it just brought me back to that venue in Colorado. So
Yeah.
I would love to go there one day. I've never been there personally. I mean, like there's not really many like what's the word I'm looking for? Like aesthetically pleasing gigs. Like they're usually just, you know, they're like cool dive bars or like those, you know, those corporate venues like Starland, like they all look the same. It's cool. It's got a great vibe, but like nothing like, you know, nothing like those outdoor venues. Like I'd rather go to them
Oh,
on a daily basis.
amazing.
Oh, totally. Oh, it's just so nice. I do like Colorado. It's very
Oh, it's-
green.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah.
World Tour is very hot, I mean, you know, when towards the end of the night when the sun starts to go down, that's when it gets like really, you know, really pretty. But
Oh, totally. Yeah.
other than that, yeah, I don't know. I mean, dude, shows have not been around for so long. I'm itching just to get out. I don't care if I'm playing. I don't care if like I just need to go to a show. Like I just need to do something.
Yeah.
I need to really get out there and bond with our people.
There's a
Oh,
lot of
100%.
festival announcements. So
Yeah, all the
Yeah.
festival announcements are a big thing. I mean, like with the United States, like every state basically just is their own jurisdiction. They can do whatever they want. Like Florida's a cesspool. Like everybody's got COVID in Florida. So
Yeah. Oh my
Whatever.
god, yeah, Florida. Everyone's
Yeah.
just. Well, I saw Machine Gun Kelly didn't he sell out a stadium in Florida like 2 weeks ago or a week ago or.
Mhm.
wouldn't be surprised if
Yeah.
he's gonna do it.
He did a proper gig. I was like, oh my gosh.
You know he's getting big when
So-
he announced a pick on the NFL draft last night, and the
Did
commentator
he?
like, "Who is this guy? I've never heard of him before." I'm
Oh.
like, "Yep, he's getting big."
Oh my god.
Yeah, imagine being a Cleveland Brown fan. That sucks. Like, but yeah. And you've toured a lot too. So like, do you have any plans of going back on the road like as soon as this is done? I know you're having a show in a couple months, but I mean like touring in general, is that already in the works for what you're planning on doing?
Oh yeah. I'm in talks with the headline tour again because I do a headline tour. It's every January, so it was really weird. Like this January, just having nothing. But yeah. So headline tour plans. I've got a summer tour plan.
Oh wow.
A couple of festivals haven't been announced yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
very very stoked. And we always do. We do Europe every kind of March, April, May. We do tours over there, and it's just insane. I can't wait for it. It's always so hot there as well. I'm like, came up on my time hop. It was 3 years ago today. I was in Europe. I'm like, oh my god, take me back.
Why is it that you go there in March and stuff? Is it because of the weather, or is it because of the opportunity just for getting those venues?
Oh, for the fans, yeah. I mean, because we always get UK tours all the time, and then we don't. It's harder to get European tours. I guess it's more like America. It's so like all the countries are just so like everywhere. But I toured with a band called Bars and Melody in Europe, and we kind of just got to the point where we were like, right, no bands are. Bands are like touring Europe, but they already have their support acts, and it's only like the big bands. Like you don't get a lot of English bands who do like, I don't know, a certain size just going over to tour. So we were like, right, let's just do our own gigs and go over and tour Europe, and it's great. Like loads of fans, because it's all fans that never have seen me live, so it's all people from social media. So we finally kind of all got to meet the European fans. But no, it was sick. And then as soon as we did that, I was on a tour in the UK. We supported Neck Deep actually, just like when we came back. Yeah, that was sick. And then loads of Europeans flew over for that gig.
Oh wow!
Because I guess we've just been to see that. It was great. It's like a little family. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Can only imagine how long it's going to take now when you start meeting these new fans too, when you're playing these shows.
Oh yeah, you got a whole different fan base now.
Yeah, emo babies, like what?
Emo
Love it.
We're revolutionizing the emo scene. Like, just bring all these new kids on board. Oh, it's like when we were kids and stuff. Like, oh man, I wish I grew up in the '70s and I was at Woodstock in '69 and I was chilling with Jimi Hendrix or Zeppelin and stuff, and now you got these kids like, oh man, I wish you lived in the '90s. I just wish I just had all those emo bands growing up and blah blah blah. I'm like, you know what? You're not wrong. Like, we did have it pretty good.
Oh, totally, yeah. I was literally in high school. I was just obsessed with emo bands and musical theatre. That was literally me. I'd just sit there in the corner of the room like, oh my god. And then obviously things like when American Idiot, the musical, came out, I lost my shit. I was like, this is the best punk and musicals. Oh my god. The greatest. Have you guys ever listened to the band Son of Dork?
No, I have not.
Dude, they're so good. So, you know the band Busted? They sang Year 3000?
I don't think so, no.
What?
No.
Oh my god, they were massive in the UK. So the Jonas Brothers covered the song Year 3000, and then everyone was like, oh my god, it's a Jonas Brothers song. Yeah, massive thing. But James Bourne, Busted split up after 2 albums. So you have to get into them. Great band, by the way. And then he made a band called Son of Dork, and they have 1 album called Tick Out of Loserville. And he ended up making a musical, and that was big in the UK. But yeah, guys, listen to that album. It's so good.
Oh, 100%. No, I'll definitely check it out. Yeah. No, I'm always into new music because it's crazy that, people are suggesting, like, when I do the TikToks, I suggest all these songs, and then people are like, oh, what about this band, this band, this band? I'm like, wow, like, there's still so much I have not listened to at all. You know what I mean? Especially the one that you toured on, like, I didn't know the Bottom Line. Never knew of them. And
I love them.
Found them out through TikTok. My
bros.
They're great. Yeah, we toured with them last January. But they're awesome. They released their first album, and it's produced so well. It's like insanely good. But they were Simple Plan support act on their world tour. Mm-hmm. That's how they kind of got big and stuff. Yeah, get into their music for sure.
How do you correlate your music career with your podcast, with the show from KCC Live? Like, does that just keep you basically like busy 24/7 in a sense? Like, do you have days off? Because that's a lot.
Yeah. What's a day off? But it's so weird. Like, I could have a day off, but I don't know. I feel really guilty if I watch a film and if I'm not scrolling through TikTok replying to people or replying to DMs, I feel so guilty and bad. I don't know. I guess it's because you get to a certain age and it's like, right, this is like my music career. I have to go for it. But
be engaged, for sure. Yeah. Now's the time.
It's nice to engage with people too. I mean, why not?
Yeah, totally. So yeah, no, I really like being busy.
Yeah,
and it's a good business too. It's stuff that you enjoy to do.
Yeah, and I have fun doing it. So yeah, if I'm not, doing the radio show, I'm writing or TikToking or
Well, you do get your time off because then you get your writer's block when it's colder out. So there's your break. There
Totally.
you go.
I'll spend a break. Yes.
Zach's good about to join us, Bronnie. He's gonna start TikTok. He's got his niche ready to go, and he might be joining the band that I'm in right now. So we're gonna
We'll
see.
let's see if I can go down the TikTok rabbit hole. Let's see if it accept me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They'll love you.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep it towards like a musician's like in terms of gear oriented stuff, while also kind of correlating sounds and breaking down the music theory behind things and kind of like putting them together and trying to like obviously make it in layman's terms for people to understand. Because like I feel like everybody knows music theory to a certain extent. They just don't know that they know it and they don't know how to speak the language.
Yeah,
So just be real,
fair. That's such a good
how do I break
concept.
it? Yeah, so
I love
that's what
that.
we're trying to do.
And that's like common knowledge for him too. Like the scene is common knowledge for you and I, Bronnie. Like that's common knowledge for him. So I was like, dude,
Yeah.
people eat that up, especially when it's very unknown. Like how I mean, for us, it's like how do you not know Paramore? But I mean, if you don't, you don't. That's okay. Like welcome. Like there they are.
Oh, that's great. I'll tell my drummer to follow you when you release all your TikToks because he's into all that. He does TikToks
sweet.
where he so like we play to a track live because we don't have a bassist. So he did a TikTok with what he hears live, and it was like him with the metronome, backing vocals, like you know how you can like turn up lead guitars and shit in your mix. And that like started to blow up, and loads of people were like, "Whoa, I didn't know that musicians you can hear like what other people are saying." And it's just like to us, it's common knowledge. Like, oh yeah, can you turn that up in my mix? But the fans don't really know that, do they? They just kind of, I don't know. They just
now they just hear what's projected in their face, and it's like chorus in 3, 2, 1. Pop, and like sometimes that's actually like really good for the changing the BPM in itself. So if it's like telling you if that's coming up and stuff, like that the behind the scenes, it's we're technically vlogging, but it's more on a it's on a personal level, but it's not about our whole entire day. It's just about like little things here and there about ourselves personally. Because like you're covering all these pop punk songs on TikTok. You're saying hey this song or this song. You're putting out there that your concept is the genre that you're in. So people are like, oh, like this is what she's personally into. That's fucking rad. And then they feel like they know you just a little bit more from that situation.
Yeah. Oh, totally. No, it's great. And but yeah, no, I'm excited to see your TikToks.
Yeah, I think because like for me, like to bring it back to the mental health stuff with you, I mean, like you said, that's really important to you. I think one of the biggest things with me and musicianship and just music in general is I think the greatest satisfaction you can get is being able to play along or be able to play something that obviously gets an emotional release from you. I remember when I would listen to music as a kid and you get that first couple times where something actually resonates with you and you like feel it right here.
Totally.
Then when you're able to play it, it's like it's a completely different ball game. And I wish more people would understand that music's a lot more approachable than people might think. And that there's only a couple steps that you have to hit to where it unlocks everything for you. And it's just like, oh, okay, like I can do this. Because I wish somebody would have told me that a long time ago. And I just think it's great for mental health, though, because a lot of stuff that means a lot to me in terms of listening to music, now I can play it and it's just a completely different release for me.
Totally, yeah. And you'll get new people looking at that and that'll probably inspire them to get learning and stuff.
That's the hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep your statistics on top, Zach. So her and I started in January. So in 3 months, you have to acquire over 40,000 followers. So
okay, that's
the
barometer.
No pressure.
No pressure at all. No.
No, I'm just kidding, dude. That stuff was so random. I told Zach, I was like, "You would not believe what I just bought," and he's like, "What?" I said, "I brought a ring light. I'm gonna do TikTok." He's like, "No, you're not." I was like, "I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna do it."
Love it. Yeah.
He was like depressed about it. I'm like, dude, you gotta do it. Like, it's gonna work. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm a drummer. I
Yeah.
stand in the back. I don't want my face, being, the main thing.
So true.
But this podcast is different, so it is what it is. How have you been with new music material? Do you still have I guess a chamber full of songs that you're like thinking about releasing, or?
Oh yeah. Well, I've written including really shit songs. I've got like over like 500 songs, and I've got demos of about 100 songs. And if it's so weird, like if I can listen to a song, like a demo of mine on repeat, like if I don't get sick and tired of it, then I'm like, right, let's release it. So I've written some more new songs. I don't want to give away too many things, but could be releasing an EP very soon.
Oh, that'd be so dope.
Hey.
So we'll
Very
say
excited,
before
very
2022. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very excited for that, yeah. Because my last EP was 2019. Now, I would release EPs every 6 months. So, yeah, obviously, like, 2019 is quite a while away. But obviously, like, I've released loads of singles in lockdown. So I guess, you know, I won't give myself too much shit for that. But, oh, sorry, can I swear on this? Sorry.
Yeah, you can. No, you can
We
curse.
encourage it,
Oh
actually.
my God.
Yeah, absolutely. This is not a PG podcast at all.
Okay, fabulous.
Nobody's paying
Yeah,
us,
so-
so we can do whatever we want right now. But yeah, fucking, it's just it's cool that you're able to take advantage of that in the quarantine days, because that's what a lot of musicians are doing. Like they're sitting down in their own house. They're really trying to get like the most artistic value out of their writing material, and just they're pulling it out of the depths of their soul, it seems like, because there are some really good songs that are coming out. Like Stan Atlantic just released a song featuring with oh god, see, I'm so bad with song title names, man. I'm telling you, like, it happens all the time. Now I'm gonna go on
Nothing Nowhere
Spotify.
with Death Wish, is it?
It's Death Wish featuring Nothing Nowhere. Like, dude, that
Yeah.
song's just as much as a banger as the Pink Elephant album is. So I mean,
Oh, it's great. They're a great band. I used to chat to Bronnie loads like 4 years ago, because obviously we have a really similar name. So she was like, people think I'm
Bronnie,
you. And I was like, dude, people think I'm you.
I'm kind of jealous. She's cool as fuck.
She is. Great accent as well. Oh my God. Australian.
Oh yeah, that's true. Australia's open. They're having shows now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wild. They're like
How
stance
cool.
shows, but you can't really be near anybody. But they're open, so.
Liverpool had its first rave yesterday, which is mad. So they put 3,000 people into this tent, tested them. They're all negative. No masks, no socially distant, which is mad. It was all legal. It was like the first UK kind of rave gig thing. So and then they're getting in contact with those 3,000 people, sending them for a COVID test on Wednesday, to see if it's working and stuff. So I'm like, baby steps, but you know.
Yeah, I
making
mean, if they want
progress.
to take that risk and be, be a statistic for something like that, to have an idea when this world's gonna open, like, that's great. I'm pretty sure I saw that article too. It was from Vice, right? That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so like they just had that rave, and that's literally, that's crazy. That's so crazy. I mean, like, if everybody turns out negative, do you know if they were all vaccinated? Is that an idea? Do they know that?
No,
Okay.
most weren't, because they're the younger generation.
Yeah.
So very interesting.
Yeah. We gotta get some kind of insight. We need some info. Guys, start playing and touring. That's wild, dude. And from the, I kind of wanted to ask this in the beginning, but we were having a good time conversating. Did you ever have idea of naming the band that you're in, like a specific name, or like what made you keep your personal name as the the name of like the music that you create?
Yeah, so it's a weird one. So I'm a soloist with a band around me.
Right.
Yeah.
I've always marketed it as Bronnie, just me, and then the fans love Pete and Chris, my session dudes.
Yeah.
So it's not. I feel like we are a band, but they kind of just want it to be my thing. They're like, Bronnie, like, you write the songs, like it's your thing, like you are
I
the
love that.
soloist.
I love that.
So we kind of it's weird. Like, we market, when I was totally solo, promoters and people like wouldn't get in touch with me. But as soon as I marketed it as, oh, I'm in a band with 2 other guys, everyone was like, dudes, yeah, woohoo, yeah, you on tours. And I'm like, oh my God, it's literally the same thing, but whatever. So we kind of marketed it as a band. and we got on like loads of tours after that. But yeah, so it's me. But yeah, Pete and Chris are more than session dudes, really.
Right.
I feel like it's a clear band. But
I love that. I don't see much of that. We had a guest on, Andreas. We were drinking IPAs and such, but like he's a solo guy, and he has a band around him. He doesn't identify as band members. I think he just hires them. But
okay, yeah.
Yeah, but he's really good. And I was like, and when he marketed himself too, like he's kind of like similar to you. He was in theater with that emo kid and such, and like he puts himself on these album covers, and like he was doing the thing. He was like doing the marketing concept before 21 Pilots was, with like they had a solid color, and then they would go off in that route with the way of everything what they would market. And he would have his body on the front with a superhero thing on it. It's like bright yellow behind. That's what the album is, and it just looks great. It's just there's not a lot of solo artists that do stuff like you and him. So
he's complete DIY and does everything. He's a genius. Just his perspective. Yeah, he's great. You should check him out. He's great.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, he's got like R&B, pop, but not really. It's also an alternative, like.
He's kind of all over the place.
Yeah,
he's all over.
Epic.
Very experimental. But you're also DIY too. Like you don't have a label, right?
No, totally independent.
That's so
nice.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
It's so weird. Like I was having this conversation with Ben from Neck Deep, and he was like, honestly, like labels, yeah, they're great, but just get a loan from a bank. It's like
yes.
Yeah.
You can do it now. Like that's totally like a feasible thing.
Yeah.
That's literally what it comes down to. It's just labels.
Yeah, labels are really they're good for, hey, Spotify, put us on a playlist. Hey, da-da-da. Yeah. It's really, you want a good agent, because that's how you get on all the good gigs, really.
Yeah.
I'm still yet to have an agent, but I mean, it's quarantine. It's like we're still in a pandemic, so there's no rush at the moment. And I'm, booking gigs. So
if it's broken, don't fix what's not broken.
Yeah.
Totally, yeah.
I mean, at this point, you're your own agent because you commented on my video. I'm trying to do the same thing that like you're doing. Be so involved. So you commented on my TikTok, the one that went viral, has thousands, and I'm like, holy shit, her music's great. I'm putting her on the playlist. Like you're your own agent. You know what I mean? And like now I got people like DMing me too. Like, can I be on the playlist? And I will definitely take them into consideration. With their music, and I'll hear it like once, and then sometimes twice. I'm like, all right, I'll put it on as long as you share about it. That's all.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. We've been flooded with that. It's amazing how many people have been reaching out because of that from all over the world.
That's so good.
It's so neat.
And authenticity on a serious level is very, very loved by the people of fans, and like you're very authentic with how you go about your music, your content, and all that such. And once if you say you're authentic, like that's great, people love that. But if you say that and that's not the truth, like then you kind of get shit for it. And
yeah,
it happens. There was I don't know if you were familiar with this band Tramp Stamps on TikTok.
Yeah, what's going on? I can't happen,
they found out that they weren't authentic, and people were very disappointed in them.
All right.
So it was very corporate. So it was like they spoke their views in their music and their lyrics about not liking straight white guys and such, and which is fine. Like I'm totally comfortable with music like that. It doesn't bother me at all. It's whatever you're feeling and you're putting into your music. But I think when people found out they were an industry plan, quote unquote, that's where they got really sour, because it's like, oh, so you're just doing this for the movement of thinking like that. It's really not authentic. Such.
Yeah, you get some bands and artists who kind of just jump on the next wave of what everyone else is doing, and that you can kind of see, like, I think people aren't stupid if you're not yourself. I think people can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a hard one. So what if they got like cancelled? Because someone commented on my video being like, "Are you the pink-haired girl from Tramp Stamps?" I was like, "No, my god, no!" Like what?
I'm my own entity, please, for the love of God. Put the gun down. No. Yeah, I don't know. They just did that to look, like, it is what it is, but people aren't like that. And like a lot of the videos that I post, like, oh, welcome to the next generation of pop punk. They're like, where's Tramp Stamps? And they're like on the side, like, just kidding, like, fuck that. I was like, I don't know, I'm not getting involved. But I just know that they weren't authentic. They were lying in a sense. So it is what it is. People don't like that.
Yeah.
who's been on your radar recently? Either underground or bands that have already been, on repeat for quite some time.
I always have Bond to Soup on repeat.
No shit,
love
that's
that band.
awesome. That's a classic.
Oh my gosh, they're just the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about songwriters who write about really quirky, real stuff. Like, I met them back in 2016, and this is like my YouTube days, and I was like, "Hi, like, what's your advice for an aspiring musician?" And they were like, "Don't suck." I was like, "Okay, right, I will try."
Didn't think about that.
I was like, "How do you write your music and stuff?" They were like, "Honestly, we write all of our songs are true stories from like college friends, stories that have happened to us." I just love it. I love it when artists and bands tell a story through a song, and it's funny as well. That's why I love Son of Dog, James Bourne's band. So you guys have got to listen to that. Very quirky songs. It's like a mixture of Bond Soup, Simple Plan, that kind of vibe. Okay. I love. Oh my gosh, do you know what? I saved some videos on my phone because I found these two songwriters. I love the way they write songs. One is called how do you spell it? Okay, Philip Labes. I don't know. He wrote a song on TikTok about an alien. So that was cool. So I was like, I like you. Another person on TikTok is Kehley Shaw. Have you seen her videos?
No,
she's got a song called, I think it's called Amy, and it's basically about her and her best friend. She had a boyfriend. They broke up, but her best friend and boyfriend hooked up behind her back, and she wrote a song about it, and it's so sassy and it went viral.
Damn.
So yeah, I just love songs about true stories. Do you know what I mean? I'm just
good for her.
I'm a whore for true stories. But yeah, those are who I'm listening to at the moment. I'm trying to think of others, like bands and artists who I've really been. Obviously, I love The Bottom Line. My friends, The Bottom Line, they're great.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Yeah.
Ooh, a lot of Youngblood and Machine Gun Kelly. Because a lot of my fans and people on TikTok have been like, "Oh, well, these are my favorite people." So I'm like, right, what? I'm trying to like listen to all their songs. Like, right, what are they doing that I'm not? That I could maybe like kind of write, styles. But yeah, so and then in my songs now, I've been like working with little beats for drums and stuff, just like experimenting. But yeah, no, I think it's just always good just to constantly listen to loads of different bands and music. So yeah, so like more people can get into your music.
Yeah, exactly. You should. I would hope that on Spotify you would be in the recommendations. Like fans also like like you like MGK, like fans also like Bronnie. Or if you Youngblood and all that stuff, like because it is similar. Like there's a lot of pop to the pop punk that goes throughout your music for sure.
Oh, totally. Like I love writing catchy. I think that's why I love pop punk so much. Like I love catchy fun songs. And then at the same time, I like to release really dark, serious songs. Like it's either like a really funny song or like a song that you can cry to. But yeah, that's what I love about pop punk. You can just write the catchiest song ever. And you can get away with not being cheesy because you could just make it really heavy. The whole track really heavy. Do you know what I mean? I just love it.
It's like that one picture where there was like two houses. It was a meme for like years. Like I don't know if it was like MySpace era, but it was like a bright black pink house. And it was like, this is what the song sounds like. And then the black house is like, these are what the lyrics are like. And it's like, oh, you're not wrong.
It's so true. Yeah. I love it.
It's so dark. Oh, I just want a Black Parade Broadway show. That's what I want right now. So.
Oh my god, yes.
Like I get Green Day, American Idiot was like that makes sense. But the Black Parade I feel like would also make sense. But I don't know if we're gonna get that.
Yeah, that's like a whole concept.
Yeah, you could definitely pull that off for sure.
Let's do it, guys. Let's write the script tomorrow.
This is why you gotta have the emo babies so they can make this thing into a real thing. You gotta push it into fruition. That's why.
Future directors, future dancers. Exactly. We'll just find them all from TikTok. Make it
exactly.
Duh.
It's such a wild community that we have. I don't think there's many of us that are doing what we're doing, Bronnie. So I think like hopefully we start seeing more coming out of the woodworks and start suggesting more music because I don't really see it as much as I would like to.
I know, totally.
Like, do you follow Jesse Lee? He's one of the big guys on there right now.
Oh no, I'm gonna follow him right now.
Yeah, he's great. I'm trying to get him on the podcast right now. He just released his podcast exclusively on Spotify. He's really cool. He focuses a lot on the alternative music scene.
Oh, epic!
Pop punk. There's him.
How do you spell his name?
J-E. It's different. It's Jesea, and then Lee.
Ah,
L-E-E. Yeah,
oh,
it's
yeah.
different. Yeah, I don't know if that's
Gotcha.
how he actually spells his name or if it's his stage name, but you know.
Fabulous.
But he's got great videos too. He's doing the suggestions and stuff. But it was wild. He's been doing that for a year, and it was like I thought what I was doing and what you were doing were like when I recently just saw you on TikTok and we just met up, but like when I started doing it, I was like, I don't think anybody's doing this. I was like, oh, I'm not alone. Never mind. People have been doing this for a year.
Yeah, and then there's like a whole community of others.
Oops.
Yeah, no, it's great. I just see someone with coloured hair and I'm like, right, you're alternative. I'll look at your TikToks. It's so true though. It's great.
I also follow people in the back that like kind of like there's been a couple of people like, oh, your sound's not working, like right in the beginning because some songs aren't copyrighted for the United States, so like I had to delete and I had to figure out which video it is. It's so annoying. Or like they'll be like, oh, you like misspelled something, and I'm like, oh, okay. But then,
it's the worst, isn't it? It's
I
like,
hate
oh
it.
no.
I told Zach this the other day. So like the recent video that I went viral, right? That had like how you and I met. So on purpose, I put in a band called We Were Sharks and Carousel Kings. They're not next gen. They've been around for like almost 15 years. But people had like know them, but not to an extent. Because I think they're underrated as hell. And people,
what's that?
They're from Canada.
Yeah.
What's their most popular song that I'll know?
Bridge Burner. That's a classic from their discography.
There's a song that I love, and I swear it's their song. This is just going to annoy me with that. So.
Oh, don't you hate that?
Oh, is it from Lost Touch?
Yeah, it has to be.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that album's so good because I mean they signed the Victory Records at that time.
Yeah, I have a feeling I met them at Warped Tour.
Probably.
In Canada?
No, in Pittsburgh.
Interesting.
Or maybe it was a different band. Anyway, sorry, I just totally just went off on one.
No, that's totally cool. No, because like I hate that I get stuck and I'm like, what is that one song? Dude, they release bangers. But
I'm like,
but I told Zach, I was like, dude, I did it on purpose because there's gonna be a handful of people that are like, dude, they're not next gen, and like it worked, and that's what also promoted the video. So
people
like,
just gotta get
that's always good.
Yeah.
the subtle mistake
It's
in the
always good
gatekeepers.
getting all the comments. Because like on one of my videos, I was getting loads of people like, "Are you the pink-haired girl from Tramp Stamps?" Like, but really, they're all kind of giving me shit. But I was getting like way more views from algorithms because they were commenting. So I was like, "This is a win-win." Thank you very much for getting my video more viral.
Now I'm purposely making subtle mistakes because that was like the first intentional one. I was like, they're not next gen. Like I get it, dude. Like, but I just think they're super underrated. But when you got the gatekeepers and the people that are like, oh, they're not next gen. They're around for 15 years. I'm like, cool. God. You're fueling this video. Please keep commenting. And then like,
keep going. Yeah, send it to all your friends. Like,
this dude's a fraud. He has no idea what he's talking about. And it's like the one guy had like you know how like there's not enough like text space for it. This dude had like 3 to 4 text threads. Like he was just like this paragraph. Like, do you even know how long they've been around? I'm just sitting here laughing. I'm like, dude, you're just pushing this video even further. So,
and to push them even more over the edge, always reply with a lowercase okay with a smiley face because they just go, oh my god.
Did they even read what I said, or are they just being a dick?
Okay.
I love that. It's so funny. Yeah, dude. Like, it's cool. I mean, what a way to what an age that we're in for self promotion, because I think it is so hard to really have like self promotion in itself. Like you have YouTube, you have like the social media and such. But now that TikTok's starting to slowly be discovered as this like really, really prominent tool for use for our own music, like it's benefiting a lot of us underground wise, like, or even if you're not underground, you know, like you can be, you know, mainstream like Chris Motionless and, you know, post one video and you're viral already. So that's just the power of the media.
Yeah. No, it's mad. I think it was an interview with All Time Low, because obviously, you know, the whole TikTok, it wasn't a phase, I got your picture, all that singing. there was an interview and they said the amount of new fans, like we've been going for freaking ages, and like the amount of new fans literally from one trend on TikTok that we're getting. So it's like great to see like massive bands still get a wave of like brand new fans.
Yep, and Dear Maria just like the single went platinum. Like it literally went platinum because of that.
Epic.
It's wild.
Insane.
It's absolutely wild. This generation is very, very interesting that we're, getting ourselves involved with. So, but yeah, it was a pleasure meeting you on TikTok, Bronnie, and it's cool now that we're just gonna build the community even more, which is super tight. So,
and now when we do the podcast, George, we have to go over to England now and do it.
Yeah.
Let's
in person.
go.
So, congratulations, we're so ready. You signed up for that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, love it. This was such a fun time. I had such a good conversation with you guys. Super easy chatting with you guys.
Oh, dude, you were super easy to chat with. Like it was just talking to a long lost friend that I haven't seen in years, dude. I love that.
Legend.